The moment is here, you can stop your search. It's Comics by Perch.
Hey everybody, this is Perch. Hey, I want to thank you. You, the person listening right now. I want to thank, unless you're one of the people who this is the first video on my channel you've ever clicked on, then thank you for clicking, but you're not really who I'm talking about in this particular moment. But thank you. Thank you for listening for these various months and years. I appreciate it. It's kind of weird. It's like the entire YouTube game for me. I know other people are different. For me, it's all on time delay. So I record these videos, they sit on the phone for a while, then eventually they get to a computer, and eventually they get processed, and eventually it goes out. There's like a good month gap in there. A month before what I'm saying actually goes out. Every now and then there's like some breaking news story and I cover it it's relatively timely. But generally it's a month because this show has always been that way. It's always been this, here's some ideas and you listen, and I appreciate that. And I never really understand why y'all are here, but I'm glad you're here. And I'm thankful for you giving me your time and everything else. I mean it. I mean it legitimately. A lot of channels, I think they, I don't know. I every now and then I listen to other channels. There's a couple that I really like. I like Casually Comics and Mint Steel. I love her style. Sasha is so wonderful on every level. Love Sasha to death. And I've grown to appreciate Zach. Now, I know, for a lot of you, you disagree with his statements, you agree with his comments, and I don't agree with everything he says, for sure. But what I appreciate in this moment, so please don't misunderstand me. What I appreciate is just the raw honesty of this is what I think, and this is me delivering it to you. Whether I agree with any of this or not, whoever it might be, I appreciate that, because I feel like a lot of people on YouTube are doing a bit of a phony game, a bit of a hey, I'm supposed to do this channel. By the way, send a super chat in and everything else. And again, if people are doing this to make money and everything else, who am I to say that's wrong? It's not. You got to do what you got to do. But I've come to really appreciate the people who are just honestly trying to, do their thing. I love that you guys tune in. So thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. This has been a tough couple of years. In many ways, a lot of this show, I didn't necessarily realize it. This show is for me. It's keeps me, occupied while I'm driving around. It's been the common thread as I've tackled new challenges. A lot of you will never know me in real life. Most of you will never know me in real life. And I can only say there's been a lot of things that have happened over the last 5 years. And you all have been here you all been this common thread through this time. And by the way, I'm being vulnerable with you. They say, right now, very popular in corporate culture, they say, be vulnerable with your employee, be vulnerable with your reports. So I'm being vulnerable with you. It's none of you are my employees to report, but it's just, I'm saying it's nice. It's nice to have this common thread of comics. Comics itself has gone through a lot of upheaval. It's clearly an industry in transition. It's one of those things where it's very easy to get caught up in the moment, but if you close your eyes and you fast forward 15 years from now, there will be comics. There will absolutely be comics. They may be in a very different form as today, but there will be a renaissance. Have faith. I don't say that in hey, keep supporting Marvel, keep giving your money to DC. I don't say it for that reason. I say it, because the likelihood of there being improvement is high, incredibly high. Things will get better. And, in fairness, things will also get worse. The entire world of comics is based on entertainment, and comics mean different things to different people. For me, comics has been years and years of quality stories, good art, storytelling, people who wear their heart on their sleeve, trying to give you something of entertainment. And at times, comics has also been, carpetbaggers, freeloaders, people who are utilizing the brands that we all know and love to, get in all fairness, a absolutely insignificant check and, basically milk this industry. We've had both. I'd like to think that in the long run, it'll be more, we'll forget the bad stuff. I mean, the really, really bad stuff we'll remember because it's fun to make fun of, but the bad stuff we'll largely forget. That's what comics is. The good stuff we'll tend to remember. And maybe once upon a time, I loved the 80s. There was a lot of good stuff. In 2023, there's less good stuff. But, there's not zero good stuff. We're still making it work. So all this is to say, I'm thankful. More than anything, I'm genuinely heartfelt thankful. It's easy to make fun of people who are positive. It's very easy to come in and be like, "Oh, Perch is like an old asshole who says nothing." It's very easy to do that. That takes no real talent, no real effort. But so hopefully most of you, you're here for a reason. It's probably not because you just go to YouTube randomly, click on videos. You're here because, for you, comics mean something. Comics means storytelling. Comics means art. Comics means experience. That's a good thing. That's I mean, it's tough. And for many of you, you probably haven't started thinking about this yet. But, as you get older, you start thinking about your life is going to end at some point. What's it worth? What's it matter? Well, you can get really hung up on achievements. You can get hung up on the idea of completing a bingo card of your career ambitions. But comics has been fun for me. It's been enjoyable. In your life, think about all the things you've done in your life. Now think about the comics you remember. Do you remember when Storm beat Cyclops to be the leader of the X-Men? I do. That was a pretty cool moment. Do you remember when, Bruce Wayne was older in The Dark Knight Returns and, he got a new Robin, Carrie, and he tried to take one last stand. And I mean, all these moments in comics you remember. In many cases, if you're right now, you close your eyes, and I'm driving right now, so please don't close your eyes if you're driving and you're listening to this. But if you close your eyes and you say to yourself, try and remember one comic book moment. You'll be able to do it. Chances are you'll remember, a bunch. For many of us, comic books are embedded in our life. And so because of that, they're worth fighting for. Every now and then I get the feedback like, why are you still paying attention to corporate comics? You big fucking shell. Whatever it happens, whatever, people go with. I would counter that by saying, I guess I'm answering to those comments, and I'm saying it's worth fighting for. Why wouldn't you fight for this? It's a memory for you. It's hope. It's optimism. I love comics. Look, anyone can make a video saying Gabby Rivera's America Chavez sucks ass. But you know what? It's 2023. America Chavez was when was that comic? 2017? I don't remember. It's getting old. There's going to be a moment where we're a 10-year anniversary of America Chavez #1. And you think to yourself, you probably gotten married, had kids, changed jobs. Who knows what you've done? That's rapidly in the rearview mirror. It's very easy to do a video clouding on Gabby Rivera. I have no idea what Gabby is up to these days. I'm assuming being poor. But the throughput for me, the reason why I keep coming back, the reason why I keep caring is because fuck it, I love comics. I love these fucking comics. Don't you? I'm not paid by Marvel. I'm not paid by DC. I have no reason to say this other than my heart. My heart is that these things matter to me. I mean, as you go through life, these moments really count. And comic books matter. I think they're comics matter. That's a YouTube channel. I shouldn't promote that channel. Anyways, comics matter. And by the way, whatever you're into, anything matters if you're into it. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. Whatever gives you meaning to your life is important. And it's not okay. I think it's doing kind of a mixed message here. It's right to fight for what you love. Do you love comics? Do you love the comics in the 80s and 90s? It's probably pretty depressing because comics do not resemble those eras right now, but I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to have the unwinnable fight. And I'm willing to have that because some of the happiest memories of my life involve comics. There's a bunch of people out there, some good people, some people who I feel like I've let down because last year and a half or so of my life I've been very busy, and I'm talking to really two people in particular. But I feel like I let you down because my hope was that I would do more for you, that I would get more comics out. But it's been a rough 2 years, and all I have to say to that is my apologies. But it's worth what we're doing. It's worth. Look, if we don't push for this, who will? It's worth it. Anything in your life that you can remember 10 years later, 20 years later is worth doing. So comic books, I love comic books. I don't care. I don't care. It's very easy for me to say, I don't really care what, I don't know, Heather Antos is up to this week. I don't really care because Heather Antos doesn't matter to my satisfaction in life. What matters is that the comic books I read once upon a time, they should be preserved. They should be respected, and hopefully we get more comics like that. And if that's the fight, if that's the goal, I'm willing to fight. How about you? So I know it's kind of a lame video. Look, this is how I feel. And my feeling is, if you've been following this channel for a long time, you feel the same way. So first off, again, thank you. As this channel winds down and comes to a, eventual end, I wanted to make sure I at least did one video. I've done thousands of videos talking about all kinds of different shit. I want to do one video where I said, straight up, thank you. Whoever you are, whether you're a mainstream comics collector, whether you're an indie comics collector, whoever you happen to be, thank you for your support, for listening to this, for, giving me some shit every now and then. That helps keep me humble. It's a good thing. And for also, the support. When I started to say I was going to wind the channel down, what blew me away and honestly made a huge difference for me was how many of you said, hey, thank you. I never expected that. Not in a million years. I expected that so many people would say thank you. A lot of you did. And I'm speechless. Well, I'm clearly not speechless. I'm rambling on. But I thank you. It means a lot to me. You made a difference in my life. Thank you. And, I hope that the payment is equal somehow. And if I ever see you, I'm buying you a beer. I think I'm going to that Bell County Comic Con here in a couple weeks. It's down in Texas. It's close, down south near Waco. It's a tiny little Comic Con. If any of you are there, find the guy with a wife and 2 overexcited daughters and say, you owe me a beer, and I'll buy you a beer. Thanks for listening.